Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. It is now 4 o'clock and I'm just doing a little bit knitting. I'll be getting something for my tea shortly because I'm going to bingo tonight as usual. And it's quite a dark, miserable day today. It's done nothing else but rain on and off, and it's going to get worse during the night and tomorrow morning, I think. But anyway, that'll be after I'm in from my bingo night. But I've done a little bit more of this one. Well, I'll finish this row and I can turn it over on the right side. I do a little bit of everything. A couple of more stitches. Yeah, that's better. You can see the cable on the right side. I've done a little bit more of that one. Not much to do, and I'll be up to the armholes on this one. This one's for Daggery's granddaughter. So I've done a little bit of that, and a bit more of this one. Did a bit of this one this morning that I'm doing a tutorial for as well, but I've done a little bit how I started off with the bottom bit and then showed how I did the 8 rows of the pattern, but I have to wait until I get up to the armholes before I do any more videoing for it. So that's that one. And I did a little bit more of mine last night. Not very much because I was rather tired. I did go to bed a bit sooner than what I normally do. But I did a little bit of that one last night, and this one I said I had lost my notes. Well, I found them last night. I had another look through my books, and I think it's this one here. Yes, I had put the instructions into one of the bigger books. I thought I'd put it into one of those. I've got one a little bit smaller than this one. And it wasn't I checked these ones again. I was looking for where I thought I had done a 42 inch, which is what I do for myself now. But I started this cardigan over 2 years ago, and I think I started it as a 40 inch. It's going to be more than that when it comes out, but that's what I thought I had started it as a 42 because I have put a little bit of weight on in the last couple of years. And when I looked through my book, I started checking every page more carefully, and I did find it, and I've got it written down as a 40 inch coral button up cardigan. So I did find my notes. I should have noticed straight away on this one because it's the only one in all of my books where I've got 4.50 needles. All the rest are on 4mm ones. But anyway, I had already wrote out the 4 rows of the pattern for that one. So, because sometimes I'm not sure what row I'm on, especially if I put it down and then pick it up again a little while later. So I wrote the 4 patterns down in another book, the 4 pattern rows. But I already have them all written down in this one, and I have the back down written down in it, and how many rows I actually did from the armhole shaping up to the shoulder, and how many stitches to be left in the shoulder for the shoulder. So I've got all the instructions for it, which I'm happy about now. I didn't have to work that out because I thought I was going to have to count up all the rows from the armholes up to the neck on the back that I did, but I have it all written down here, so I've got no worries about that one. And the only thing I can think of, I know it's going to come out bigger than what I intended because of using the bigger needles. I should have just stuck to 4mm, I think. But with doing garter stitch, sometimes, you know, when you're knitting on the same size needles, it comes out closer together, the stitches. So I thought I'd do 450 and didn't realise I was doing the same number of stitches as if I was doing it on a 4mm. And when you're doing things with garter stitch, it does come out wider. But I think what I might try when I do it is when I come to put the bands, instead of putting a, you know, like a band about that wide, I might just put a little one down each side, just enough to put the buttonholes and enough for to fix the buttons on. That'll bring it closer in on the front, because I hate to think I'm knitting that for something and somebody else is going to get it. But anyway, that's what I was doing for that. I'd sorted that out. And I was doing, like, I'm seeing I've been doing a little bit of everything today. So I started up, I have a bag here full of odd little balls of wool that's been left over from things, and you're wondering what I can do with them. Well, I bought some of these things, bags for to put in the bottom of bags. I bought them from Temu. They were in the last order I got. I'm waiting of an order from Temu actually. But this was the first order I placed with Temu, and I got these little things for to do with the bottom of bags. You know, you crochet around them. And I thought I'll do some children, like bags for children, you know, for putting their bits and pieces in. Well, little girls like little dolls and things, little boys carry their little cars and things like that around. So I thought it'd be a good idea to use up those thingies. So I've just been putting 2 strands, and this is the second lot. I think the first lot I did blue and pink, and then I just joined these ones on. So they're now turquoise and lemon, and I'll just keep adding on 2 balls out of the bag. And I have another 5 of these. I bought 6 of these when I first bought them, so I have another 5, but they are very awkward to crochet around. I can show you a little bit of what I mean. When you crochet, you can crumple it up in your hand, you can hold it in. You can't with this because of this hard bit in the middle. And I found it's not so bad now because I've got something I can hold on to. But when I first started, the first 2 or 3 rows, I was having to hold my hand like that. Say the hook was in, I was having to crochet like that from that side and work up. And it was very awkward. But it's not so bad now, but even now it's still awkward because I can't hold the things the way I normally do. I think if I crocheted like everybody else, holding the yarn in the other hand like that, which I cannot do to save my life, I try, but the tension is all over the place and everything when I try to do it like that, and I can do 1 or 2 stitches, but I just cannot do it like that. And it is get very awkward because you have to hold just what you've got here. You've got that to hold onto once you start doing a few rounds of it. It is very awkward to crochet around. It'll be a bit better when I get a bit higher up and I've got more, I can grab a hold of what I'm crocheting. It's very funny, this stuff to these things that you crochet around there, and not as easy as it looks. So I'm putting that down because that's all I've done with that. I'm not doing any more of that today. I was just having a little go with that, wondering what I could do with all those little odd balls of wool that I have, and that's going to be pretty handy for that, because I mean it'll be all different colours, you know, when I get it sorted. But I'll pick, when I do it, I'll pick all the sort of colours that'll go together. I'll keep them, you know, separate from each other, not just any old colour. That's the way I'm working them anyway. But anyway, I have been doing, you may have noticed one or two of you, I've been putting those little, what they call short videos, the little shorts, that's what they're called, that just no more than 60 seconds long, that you haven't got to make them any longer than that. And they're a little bit different to the other videos that we do on YouTube, and they go into I don't know what you call it. It's into a lot where they put them all together, and depending on how many views you've had and all that, you can make a little bit money from these things. Well, I've made, I think, the very first one I put up was quite some time ago actually. It was showing how I made my own swift for winding the wool onto the wool winder. And I made a swift of my own just out of bits of cardboard and little tube things that to go around, you know, so it went round and round like that when I was winding it. And I think I've had nearly 2,000 views on it, and I've made 57 pence on that one video. But the other ones, I've been putting some other ones up lately. I put one up today actually, showing that 4x4 basket stitch pattern that I'm doing. But I put one or two other ones up, and I think one of them I've got 4 pence off it up to now. Another one I've got 7 pence. Another one I've got 5 pence. So I'll get a few little pence to add to my other revenue from my other videos and that. So just I'd been watching everybody else seem to be putting them up, so I thought I'd have a go at it too. Because the very first one I put up, I didn't even realise it was a short. I just put it up to show people, you know, what I was doing with the swift thing. And I've got a purl stitch there. I think I've done a wrong stitch down there somewhere. I've got too many knit stitches. Oh, I'll have to put that down, put that right in a minute. But anyway, just in case you're wondering about those little, though they're not even, most of them's not even a minute. In fact, the last one I put up was 40 something seconds. And that's all you have to do. You can't put anything longer than that. And anyway, they all go into one bag sort of, and it's shared out amongst all the people that put those things up. But it all depends on how many views you have, how many adverts is in between the videos and things like that. But you do have to have an awful lot of views to make anything out of it, like 1 million views or something like that. But that's what I was just trying those out for, just to see what I could make, because they'll go onto the normal YouTube things, you know, where they're shown, and not just my subscribers. It'll be anybody can see them, and maybe with a bit of luck they might like what, you know, putting something up to do with knitting. But anyway, I'll be getting ready to go to my bingo after I've had my tea and sort out something quick for my tea. I always get something quick on a Thursday. I don't want to be messing about doing cooking this, that and the other on a Thursday. And as this rotten weather's in for a few days, I'll be doing nothing else but sitting knitting. I was hoping to get some more things done in my garden, because there's some weeds that just want pulling out. You know, they're even easy enough just to pull out because the soil is wet and that. But I have like a patio behind my outhouse, and it's got all paving things on, and there's a lot of those weeds are in between those paving things, so I'll not be digging them out, I'll just be pulling them out and cutting out where I can get out. But that's what I was hoping to do, but this rain stopped play for a few days, and then I'll have to wait till it dries up a little bit afterwards, because there is still some I need to get out of my my garden, out my border. Small patio I have at the top of the garden, and a small bit of grass, and I have a border where I used to put flowers around. They are full of weeds as well, so they need to be dug out. Hopefully we'll get some decent weather before the really bad weather comes. So that's it. Thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.